Peace, light and peace, peace, light and peace, brothers and sisters. Topic of discussion today is a dialogue uh, on Jews and Christianity. Um, this is I did a video on Islam and Christianity. This was just to identify, to say that, it's two different gods. And it's in response to a Facebook post that a friend of mine did that say that he watched a programming that detected that, all this religion comes from one God, which is not true. So it's just to dissect and untangle the situation that the Jews and Christianity also have different gods, and I'm going to prove that from the OahspeCollegeUniversity Bible, and just to show clarity on this, because a lot of people are confused, because the source they go to get their information is wrong to begin with, and that's the Holy Bible or the Quran, whatever it is that people use as just spiritual book. Now, and these people that are putting this programming on national TV or on YouTube, they're getting the source of information also from the Christian Bible. They're not going outside of the Christian Bible to get their information. So when you read the Christian Bible, you don't know which God is talking. So I'm just going to break this down. This is a dialogue about the Jews and Christianity. Which God do they serve? So the first thing to address is the Creator. Like I said in most of my videos, the Creator is not God. God is not the Creator. These are two different entities. So the first thing to address is that, just to be clear, in the ancient times, during the time of Moses or Abraham and all of that, they did worship, the Jews at that time, during the time of Moses, they worshiped the Creator. The Creator who is not in the image of a man or image of an angel. They did worship the Creator. But as time goes on, the Jews did not worship the Creator no more. They wanted to worship the same gods in the surroundings. So you got to read the OahspeCollegeUniversity to get a clear understanding of this. So the Jews worship Baal as the god, because Baal got a hold of them using the familiar spirits, and he crowned Saul as a king. This was not the Creator. God, who they think it was the Creator, but it was actually Baal. So Baal got hold of the Jews. So they worship Baal. And later on, they also worship Ashtaroth, which happened to be a goddess, but she was posing as a god. But the Jews did not know she was a female angel. You see? And then later on, Luomong, who happened to be the Christian god, got a hold of them. You see? And then gave them a book, which they call the Tanakh today. But back then, most people will know it as the extra Bible, But just to be clear, the Jews were worshiping Baal, and then also they worshipped Ashtaroth, and they also worshipped Luomong. So the different gods that the Jews worship, and this created some type of or struggle or split between the Jews among each other. So one people were called the Oralites because they only believe in the Creator. They believe that the Creator cannot be seen. But the Jews were worshiping the Creator, a God that can be seen. You see? And also later on, they had a new set of Jews called the Essenes, where Yahshua came from. Those Essenes Jews were not worshiping a God in the image of a man or angel. You see? So, this is just to clear the confusion And I know a lot of people want to going to disagree because you keep on going to your Christian Bible. You know, in your Christian Bible, God, the evil spirit from God entered Saul and told Saul to take a sword and, throw it at David. That's not the creator. That's an evil God. That was Baal. If it wasn't Baal, then it was Astaroth. Kind of complicated to, but you could use the OahspeC to untangle the problems in the Christian Bible. And that's why you got to get yourself the OahspeC Bible. The OahspeC Bible clears these things up. The OahspeC Bible untangles stuff for you. So, and it will make sense why in the OahspeC it talks about different angels or two categories. They split this category because if it was one God that the Jews and Christianity are worshiping, then this verse in the book of Judgment, chapter 4, verse 6 and 8 will not come about. The book of Judgment, chapter 4, verse 6 and 8. If it was one God that the Jews and Christianity were worshiping, then this verse will not come about. So I'm just going to read from verse 6. Of Christian angels in the lowest heaven as wanderers on the earth, there are this day more than 3 billion. You hear that? So Christian angels roaming around as wanderers in the lowest heaven, and in our world too, there are 3 billion at that time. The book of Judgment, chapter 4, verse 6 and 8. So verse 8 says of Jewish angels. You hear that? It did not say of Christian angel. It did not say of, he said of Jewish angels in the lowest heaven as wanderers on the earth. There are this day more than 30 million. You see that? So verse 6 and 8 is telling you you've got Christian angels. What happens is, just to be clear, when we humans die, we become angels. So the book of Judgment, chapter 4, verse 6 and 8 is telling you that when these humans who were Christians and Jewish, they died, they become wanderers in the lowest heaven and in our world, in our physical world too. Keep on wandering about because they got, they were lied to during their mortal life. When they were alive, they were Jews. They were Jews because they believed, they worshipped Astaroth, they worshipped Baal, they worshipped Luomog. So when they died, they're looking for the creator now, but they've been lied to, So if it was, just to be clear, if it was one God that the Christians and Jews were worshiping, this verse 6 and 8 would not come about. And it came about because the two different entities, and keep in mind, the reason why there's so much of these angels was that, because remember now, according to the OahspeC, Luomog sent angel Gabriel to cast Baal and Astaroth into hell. So since they were cast into hell, the humans who were worshiping Astaroth and Baal don't know where to go. So they're wandering around because, their God was cast into hell. You see, this makes sense now. This is why this verse 6 and 8 came about, because these Christian and Jewish angels now become wanderers. They become wandering spirits because they're looking for their God. The God is no longer to be found. The God is not there to accept them into the heavens belonging to them. And some of these Jewish angels and Christian angels are stubborn in heart, because what they were taught was that they were going to see their God in heaven, but they cannot find. They're looking for their God. You see? So this is why this verse come about. So, you got to untangle the Christian Bible to get a proper understanding. There were many gods that the Jews worship. And remember also, when you read the OahspeC, the Israelites, the Jews, married the neighboring countries. So, but those neighboring countries, they were under the inspiration of Baal, Astaroth, and Dagon. So this will make sense why these Jews cannot find their God no more. So the Yoruba people used to say in Yoruba, "Oh, le mixi epo pẹ̀lú omi." In other words, you cannot mix oil. In English, you cannot mix oil with water. They're not gonna work. It's never gonna. They're not gonna become. You cannot combine them together. You see, and this is what happened. So you married. The Jews married the neighboring countries who were worshiping Baal and Ashtaroth. At the same time, you wanted to worship the Creator. It's not gonna work. There's gonna be a conflict, and this was the conflict. And because of this conflict, you've got 3 billion Christian angels wandering around in the lowest heaven and in our world, in our physical world. And you got 30 million Jewish angels wandering around. You see? And just to let you know, because Ashtaroth and Baal was cast to hell, also, this created a problem. Now, just to let you know, if the Jews and Christianity were worshiping the same God, beside the book of Judgment chapter 4 verse 6 and 8 that I just mentioned, this book of Judgment chapter 36 verse 9 to 10 will also not come about. Book of Judgment chapter 36 verse 9 to 10. Verse 9, I raised up scholars. This is true God talking now. I raised up scholars and infidels against this religion, inspiring them to attack the corruption and contradiction in the sacred book of all of these people. Verse 10, and in the same time, I sent infidels against the Jewish Bible. You hear that? And the Jewish Bible will be what people today call the Tanakh. Back then, it's probably called the Jewish Bible, the Extra Bible, whatever they call the book back then. But today, you will know it as the Tanakh or your Old Testament. The Old Testament in the King James Bible will be known your Jewish Bible. So verse 10 is saying in the same, see, if there was something, if there was something not wrong with the Jewish religion and the Christian religion, the book of Judgment chapter 36 verse 9 and 10 will not come about. Why would God raise infidels and scholars to attack the corruption and the contradiction of the sacred books? You see that? Now verse 10 says, and in the same time I sent infidels against the Jewish Bible. You see, I sent infidels against the Hindu Bible. You hear that? And against the doctrines of Brahma, Buddha, and Kanyu, and against the Christians and Mohammedans. See, the God sent infidels against the doctrines of the Christians, which will be your New Testament and the Old Testament today, because Luomon came about the Christians, and then the Mohammedans came about later on by Gabriel creating that, because he broke free. In my previous video, I mentioned that, Angel Gabriel broke free from Luomon and created Islam. So the Mohammedans will be what you call Islam or Muslim today. You see that? So, brothers and sisters, it's clear. It doesn't get clearer than that. It's two different religions. It's not one God. There were many gods, but those gods, most of them got cast to hell by Luomon, and Luomon got a hold. So if you're to look at it today, the Jews are worshiping Luomon in a way because Luomon got a hold of them. But because they still continue to worship that, this verse came about because some Jews think they're worshiping the Creator, but not knowing they're still worshiping Baal, Ashtaroth. You see what I'm saying? So just to be clear, right? And the reason why we still have all this thing going on is because people are still worshiping Baal, Ashtaroth, Dagon, Luomon, Gabriel. It's sad, but the truth of the matter is that the Jews think some of them still think that they worship the Creator, but not knowing they're not. They're worshiping an angel. And OahspeCollegeUniversity even tells you how Ashtaroth sent familiar spirit to scatter the Israelites, and Baal also did the same thing too. So the topic is clear, brothers and sisters. But the funny thing, and I'm just going to throw this out there, in the book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 33 to 35. Verse 33, the book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 33 to 35. 33 says, while Astaroth was worshipped, I gave to her. Verse 34, while Baal was worshipped, I gave to Baal. Verse 35, but when any of these gods were no longer worshipped, behold, I gave them no more subject. What this is really saying is clear and dry. It's clear. No need to sugarcoat. People still worship Astaroth and Baal today, though they were cast to hell during the time of Lormont. They still worship. So as much of the Jew people still worshiping a God in the image of a man or image of an angel, the creator will give them the subject. So they'll still go to the heaven that was created for Astaroth and Baal. So they, just to be clear, the Jews are still worshiping a God. They're not worshiping the creator, and that God is an angel. The Christians are, however, also are still worshiping a God in the image of a man, and that's Lormont. So you have Christians and Jews still worshiping an angel, and they're thinking that they're worshiping the creator. That's not true. So just to be clear, in conclusion, the Jews worship a different God at one point, and later on Lormont got a hold of them. So they were worshiping Lormont because Lormont sent Ezra to go tell the Israelites he was the one that delivered them from Egypt, which is a lie. You see? So in conclusion, Jews and Christians are not worshiping one God, because you have you have a group of Jews that still worship Lormont in a way, and you still have a group of Jews that still worship Astaroth, and you still have a group of Jews that worship Baal, depending on what doctrine they still believe in the soul, in the spirit. You see, but the video was just to clear, to give a proper understanding that look, it's not one God, and that God is not the creator. That's the bottom line. It cannot be the creator. The creator will not send the Israelites, the Jews, or the Christians to go kill a nation, to go kill little babies, to kill babies, to kill a nation. Nah, the creator will never do that. Accepted. Back then, the Jews were worshiping, during the time of Moses, they were worshiping the creator at that time. But later on, Baal, Astaroth, Dagon, Lormont got a hold of the Israelites, and they were worshiping, an angel in the form of God. You see that? Thinking they're worshiping the creator, but it's not. Light and peace, brothers and sisters. Subscribe to my YouTube video for upcoming videos. One of the upcoming video that will come up will be the 24 elders that ruled us, and also I'm going to talk about the extinction of humans. The humans are going to become extinct, but what is the timeline? The OahspeCollegeUniversity decodes or untangle that information and give us the information clearly without sugarcoating. The angels that transmitted the OahspeCollegeUniversity, I have to say to you, are wise. They're highly intelligent. These were mathematician angels. Brothers and sisters, light and peace. Peace, light and peace. Peace, light and